experience of oneness can become eternal in you. Means not only gaining the experience, you getting established in that experience. When you just soak constantly in the experience, you radiate extraordinary powers. Every time you break a pattern with the clarity of oneness, with the cognition of oneness, you will have one extraordinary power. Every time you break a pattern, not only you are free from the pattern, you get extraordinary power to you. Right concepts about body, right faith, cognition about mind, right biomemory. The right concepts about body, mind, consciousness is the richness, ultimate richness. Right ideas you carry about you gives you the experience of oneness. Oneness. Neither by building hundreds of houses for yourself, nor by building companies for yourself, or by accumulating more and more cars. Oneness is not experienced by all this. I am not saying don't buy house, don't build house, don't buy car. No. All I am trying to tell you is, let that just be utility, not goal of your life. If the utility becomes goal of your life, you live in stupidity. As I said, stupidopathy, where elongating your life becomes goal. No. Purpose of your life should be goal. Meaning of your life should be goal, not elongating your life. If you know the meaning, you know the right length, right number of years you need to live. Number of years you live is not defining your success. The meaning of your life defines your success.
I met Swamiji around 6 to 7 years before, while there was a public program being conducted in the Palace Ground in Bangalore. So once when in the public program which was being conducted there in Bangalore, when I saw Swamiji and the clarity and with the clarity whatever he used to answer the questions, I felt very much impressed, and I felt that all my doubts which was there still there till that time, I felt that all has been cleared away by Swamiji in just in 2 to 3 hours of session which he had conducted there. So from that time I got connected with Swamiji, and then after every program which is being conducted here in the ashram or elsewhere in the world, I take this opportunity not to miss any of the program, because in each and every program Swamiji comes up with a new understanding, with a new philosophy, with the new techniques. Very recently I had been to attend the Cambodia to attend the Inner Awakening at Cambodia, in which the Swamiji gave every one of us the experience of Shivoham. Within the few seconds of closing our eyes during the meditation, we used to feel the highest kind of experiences which our Vedic scriptures, which our ancient religious masters, which they have described either in Puranas and Upanishads, Swamiji was giving us those all experiences in just a few milliseconds, just as soon as we used to close the eyes. So that was a very great experience. Swamiji is giving very precise understanding how to handle, how to come up with all those problems, and how to get away, how to solve all those problems. So like this, Swamiji has made all of our life very meaningful, very inspiring, very enthusiastic, and each day we feel like, this life has to be lived with very much authenticity, with very much responsibility, and in a very integrated way. All this credit goes only to Swamiji, none of us, because of him only we are able to live this life in a very purposeful and meaningful way. Thanks a lot.
I want to share an experience. Before I coming to Gurukul, I was too fat. Then after I came to Gurukul, Swamiji used to tell about yogic body. Then I realized I also have to get yogic body. Out of this context, I did yoga. Within 3 weeks, I reduced 30 kg.
Few months ago, something like very heavy just banged my foot, and after like banging, when I saw my foot, it was like completely it was disproportionate, and it actually got badly crushed. So I actually was perplexed at the time, because the foot structure was not proper, and it was really it was really scary to see. So that time they took me and ran to Swamiji, and Swami told, "Don't worry, it'll just be healed." So I was very scared at the time, but just when Swamiji gave the assurance that nothing will happen, I actually just put my full trust on Swamiji, and nothing actually happened. And actually next day in the hospital, they were very shocked that actually the bulging is supposed to increase after the wound, but actually the bulging completely decreased, and my foot was completely alright after a few months.
This was a planned experiment. So one day a fresh young looking man had got up, and then he started getting ready for the work. So that time his wife tells, "Oh, you look so tired, why are you going to the office now?" This man does not understand what is she speaking, and then just tells, "Get lost, I don't want to speak to you, what are you blabbering?" And he just continues. So while he walks out of the house, then he'll be about to get his car out. So that time a neighbor from outside will shout, "Hey, what happened to you? You look so awful. Why are you going to office today?" So then this guy will think, "No, I'm all right." And then he just tells, and he again moves on. Then as he enters the office, at the receptionist tells, "Oh sir, you look too dull. What happened to you? Why have you come to office today?" So this was too much for him. How again and again people are telling me like this? Then anyway, he just tells no, nothing, and then he walks and sits in his office, in his cabin, and thinks, okay, if this is really true, then let something else also happen. Let's see what is happening. Then one of his colleague will come in and tell, "Hey man, what happened to you? You look so upset today. You look feverish. What happened to you?" Then this was really too much for him. He was not able to bear at all. Then he just tells, "Okay, fine, I'll do something about it." Then he gets a call from his boss, and then he goes to his boss. And his boss tells, "Hey, you look so upset. You look so feverish. Why did you come to the office today? Why did you make this decision?" He really gets very irritated and annoyed, and he tells, "Okay, sir, I'm leaving." And when he takes his car and goes, he will see that the body temperature itself starts rising. So now, in this whole story, if you see, the person was actually completely healthy. But because the others, whatever they spoke, because it affected his mind, the physical change in his body itself was there. So this was a planned experiment which was conducted in the Chicago University, and they did it with 11 people, and all the 11 people had the same effect on them.
When we went to Varanasi last year with Swamiji, we were going on Ganga to Manikarnika. ghat for the death process. So after finishing the death process, we all were coming back after the Arati and spending time with Swamiji. We were coming back in the night through the Ganga back to that Mahisha Ghat. Then there, when we were going, suddenly Ganga became like a stormy ocean. It was just a full wave, so much of thunder. We were pushed here and there, and it was almost like we were going to drown. So that time, that fear caught. The time when we were there, we were in Swamiji on the boat. That time, that fear caught me. Like, what will happen if we drown now? What will happen if I die? Then that moment, before the death process, gave me understanding that even death cannot separate me from the cosmos. I am still one with this whole cosmos. So that same click came and hit me when this whole fear came again. That I am, even if I die, what is going to happen? I'm just going to be one again with the cosmos. There's nothing separated here. So that time, that click made me so complete with that fear that until today I don't even have that fear of death or fear of something.
A few months before, we had a fish in a container. It jumped out before 1 hour. We avoided to wash that, so it was like dry fish dead in the floor. We took that fish and put in the water, and we blessed it. It should come back life. So we blessed it. The amount of trust which I had on our words, so it made the fish come back life, and it started swimming more than the way when it was before. By we blessing the fish, it came back to the life. So the amount of trust which you have, you can move the world also.